Coalition talks. IFP opens to engage with political parties. Durban. The IFP has reiterated that it is open to engaging with political parties following the election results. The IFP made this statement on Monday night after noting reports from an unofficial news source that the IFP has closed the door on certain political parties as the IFP embarks on coalition talks. It is regrettable that such fake news would be circulating when the IFP issued a formal statement on our approach to coalition talks just this morning, said IFP national spokesperson Suleko Hlengwa. He said the statement issued on Tuesday morning affirmed that the IFP remains open to engaging all political players. We ask the media and other observers not to jump the gun or to make unsubstantiated conclusions, Hlengwa said. He said IFP Treasurer General Nared Sai believes the report is a gross misinterpretation of statements he made on live TV on Sunday evening. We plead that the media and public at large wait for the IFP to formally communicate our next steps, Hlengwa said. Calmness and maturity will be needed from all of us in order to reach the best possible outcome for South Africa and its people. In the IFP's earlier statement, Hlengwa said the IFP's National Executive Committee, NEC, met in Midrand on Sunday, June 2nd, to deliberate the results of the 2024 national and provincial elections and plan a way forward. We are humbled by the support we received as voters expressed their trust in the IFP. We thank our members, supporters, volunteers, and every single South African who came out in their numbers to exercise their democratic right to vote on May 29th, Hlengwa said. We are humbled by the support we received as voters expressed their trust in the IFP. We thank our members, supporters, volunteers, and every single South African who came out in their numbers to exercise their democratic rights to vote on May 29th. He said the IFP accepts the results of the 2024 national and provincial elections as the democratic will of the people. It is instructive that the IFP has emerged from the 2024 elections stronger than before. Our support has grown from nationally and in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Hlengwa said. He said this stands in a stark relief to the decimation faced by many other parties who have seen an overall reduction of their seats in the National Assembly and legislatures. With their remarkable electoral support, the IFP will engage in the process of coalition negotiation, which are now a necessary factor in the governance of South Africa, Hlengwa said. To this end, the NEC has established a 7-member NEC talk team led by IFP Deputy President Inkosi Mzamo Buthelezi to facilitate all coalition-related matters, including engaging with other parties. Hlengwa added, as we committed to do throughout this campaign, the IFP is putting South Africa first. We will continue to honor our founder, the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, by being a voice of reason and a constructive force in politics. The IFP stands ready to rebuild South Africa. On Monday, this publication reported the political analyst Professor Sipho Sepe said when one looks at the commonalities between Jacob Zuma and the IFP and, on the other hand, the ANC and the IFP, the MK party and the IFP coalition would be an ordeal one. Sepe supported his views by saying Zuma's strong Zuluness resonates with the IFP, which was founded on strong traditional views by its late founder and leader, Nkosi Mangosuthu Buthelezi. These two were both Africanists and had never seen their Africanness as a problem, he said. They did not move to white suburbs but continued to stay in the villages of birth. Sepe said Zuma is a proud Zulu who has lived in his home village of Nkandla throughout his life despite being president of the country, and Buthelezi, despite being the longest serving MP, lived and died in Mahlabatini in the north of the province. IFP and MK party coalition on the Kurds in KZN, analysts. Durban, as parties were locked in coalition discussions all day on Sunday, political analyst Professor Sipho Sepe has vouched for an IFP and Umkhonto Wesizwe Party MKP coalition in KwaZulu-Natal, speaking his mind on the best and worst case scenarios in the provincial coalition horse trading. Sepe said when one looks at the commonalities between Zuma and the IFP and, on the other hand, the ANC and the IFP, the MKP and the IFP coalition will be an ordeal one. An IFP and MKP coalition will work well in the province. The parties have many things in common. Second, they had a common goal of removing the ANC from power at all costs, so these commonalities meant their coalition would be stable. The MKP, which has only been around for 5 months, shocked many with its performance, garnering 45% of provincial votes, with the IFP and ANC getting 18% and 17% respectively. In the 80 seats legislature, the MKP's 45% translated to 37 seats, while the IFP went up from 13, which it received in 2019, to 15. The ANC 17% saw the party dipping from the 54% in 2019. With this drop, it only managed to get back 14 seats from the 44 it had held. The DA retained its 11 seats and the SCDP retained its seats as well as the NFP. The EFF was the biggest loser, dropping from 8 seats to only 2. With the MKP's 37 seats and the IFP's 15 combined, the two parties would govern the province comfortably. The IFP, if dumping the MKP, will need the ANC, DA, NFP, and either the SCDP and the EFF to govern. If the MKP can convince the EFF, the NFP, and the SCDP, it can govern without the IFP, DA, and ANC. Musa Mkhize, the election coordinator for the MKP in KZN, said they were focused in challenging the results as the party had objected and was not entertaining issues of coalition. With regard to coalitions, we will wait for the president to give us direction. He is the one who leads coalitions nationally and provincially, said Mkhize. The ANC in the province said it would only work with parties that will bring stability. It won't start the coalition talk until it gets a directive from the NEC on Tuesday. The IFP leadership was locked in a meeting discussion a way forward. But the senior party member who spoke on condition of anonymity said the general feeling in the party was that it would be better to work with the devil ANC that they know than working with the devil MKP they don't know. The MKP and other parties were said to be consulting their legal teams about what actions they would take, as the IEC said it would go ahead with the release of results on Sunday evening. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.